Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back to Poor Boy's Little Homestead. As always, if this is your first time here, thanks for dropping in. Feel free to drop in anytime you feel, my friend. Guys, today, it's right here at Christmas time, so I'm finna give you some gift ideas. Now, these ideas can be for men, it can be for women. A lot of you women like getting out in the yard working and piddling and doing stuff, gardening work, outside work. But this video is going to give you a lot of gift ideas. First up right here, I got all my 24 volt cordless tools. Well, actually, I ain't got all of them, but I got a good bit of them sitting here. This is great gift ideas, because if your loved one that you want to purchase something for may just have a drill. Well, whatever brand drill he's got, I would stick to that brand. If you know he's happy with it, stick to that brand. See what volt it is. These are 24 volts. That way he can use the same battery in all the drills, or all the tools, I mean. But you got options. You got a drill. Well, if he's got a drill, maybe he could use a circular saw. If he's got a circular saw and ain't got a jigsaw, maybe you could pick him up a jigsaw. A little 4-inch grinder. All these tools is very handy. Impact wrench. Now this is a 3/8 impact wrench. You can get a 3/8 or you can go up to the bigger one, and I got a 1/2 inch, but it's out in my toolbox in the truck. I call this a sawzall. Now I don't know the proper name of what they call it. All my life we call them sawzalls. They very handy. You can get a fan. Now what I like about this cobalt fan, it runs off the battery, or I can plug it in electricity. Lights, they got different kinds of lights. Well guys, a lot of this stuff, and I'm gonna tell you guys, if you're watching this, you might say, well, I don't need some of that. Well, I'm gonna tell you, when I was buying this right here, I was off working. And on rainy days we couldn't work, or on Sundays when I was off and got bored sitting in the travel trailer, I'd go to Lowe's. Well, at each time I went, there would be something that I didn't have, they'd have on sale. Maybe it was Father's Day, and that's like this light. They had this light marked off for like 50%. I'm like, I don't know what I use it for, but I'm gonna get it. But after I got it, I've used this light a lot. You can tell it's painted. Where I was inside painting when I was refurbishing my old camper. I use it, I live in a mobile home. I use it when I get up under there. It's a very, very, very bright light. So there's things that you think you may not use. If you have them, you'll use them. Then you'll say, man, I should have got that a long time ago. That fan right there. Very handy fan. Sometimes you working in this shop right here, it may not be too hot to where I can. Sometimes it gets so hot you can't stay in the shop and do nothing, but a lot of times it's hot, but you can have this fan just sitting over there. But if you got an electric fan, you gotta have a cord and all that. Well, I can grab this and take it down. If I want to do something on that end of the shop, take it down there and sit blowing air on me. I've used it. Ain't no telling how much that fan. Everything I've had, I've used. But if your loved one has all these tools, there's one thing he can always use more of, and that's batteries. If you got all these tools and you only got 2 batteries or 1 battery, well, that ain't no good. You always having to pull the battery out of one. Usually if you're working, you're using 2 or 3 of them at a time doing some projects. So ladies, and again men, if your ladies use these tools, look and see what tools they got. Just get them a new battery. That's a great gift. A great gift that people can use. You can also get, like I said, different brands. Now this is a Cobalt brand. Now if you're a name brand type person, I'd get the Milwaukee or the Makita or the DeWalt. They cost more. But I don't think for the average homeowner like myself. This skill saw here the other day, I was helping a friend deck his house, and we used this all day long on one battery. I'd charge it that and make sure my battery was charged that night, and the next day we put trusses on and decked his house. This grinder, ain't no telling how much this grinder's been used. But anyway, I ain't here trying to sell you on any kind of brand name. I'm just trying to tell you there's good ones out there. This little Black & Decker. Now guys, back when battery operator tools come out, they really wasn't worth a patootie. The batteries wouldn't last long, but after they come out with these lithium batteries, this here is a Black & Decker come from Walmart. And I guess this is one of the first lithium batteries that I seen personally, and I purchased this at Walmart, and I think it was on clearance that day. So it was actually cheaper for me to buy this whole drill and battery than it was another battery for that drill that I had. Which I show you the drill I had. Still got it. It's a D-Wall. I can't tell you how old this is, but it's only like a 9-volt. Well, I don't even think you can buy the batteries for them no more. You might can, as far as walking in Home Depot or Lowe's or somewhere, but I ordered this battery. Online, they got people that rebuilds these batteries. And this is still a good drill. But even though this is a name brand drill, it don't hold a light to this 20-volt lithium battery Black & Decker that come from Walmart. I have used this drill. Matter of fact, these two drills are the only battery operators I've had for years, up until 3 years ago when I started buying these cobalt pieces. But that's some great gift ideas. So now we're going to move on to something else. Alright guys, up next we're going to talk about some of the welding stuff. Does your husband got a little welder in the shop he likes to piddle with? If he don't, and you want to buy him a good gift, a good wire welder. Y'all can't believe how handy this is to have a wire welder. Now I got the Hobart, however they pronounce it. I bought this at Tractor Supply, and this is the Handler 140. Now, me personally, a 140, I think the biggest, the Handler 140, or the 140 is the biggest I could find to run off a 110, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want to have to fool with no 220 plug. They got a lot of them out there that's like 120s or 115s or 125s. I wouldn't buy that, guys. I was going to get a 140. Because a 140, you can weld just about anything the average homeowner is going to do. Piddler, DIY person. You can weld good 1/4-inch thick steel with it. For them 115s, they more for welding just real thin stuff. But that's something right there that if you really want to get your loved one something, get them a wire welder. If they already got a welder and you just need some little gift ideas, well, look at their helmet. If they ain't had a new helmet in a while, the odds is their helmet's like mine, the brackets, it won't stay up on their head. That's why I purchased this one the other day. Or the lenses is so scratched up. But guys, I got this from Harbor Freight. It's a Chicago Electric auto darkening, which I love the auto darkening lens. And that's what my old helmet is, it's hanging here. But that old helmet right there was a Lincoln brand. It cost 3 times as much as I paid for this, and ain't made no better, don't work no better. Anyway, that's from Harbor Freight. But that's a good gift idea. Maybe a pair of welding gloves. Maybe simple, a few little gifts. Just some clamps to hold stuff while he's welding. If he's got a wire welder, slip out there and you open the side up over here and you can see right in there what kind of wire it uses. And I'm trying to give you ladies some hints here. You can read on the pack what kind of wire it is and then pick him up another roll of wire. Simple things is little magnets. These magnets, you want to weld something, with just an aluminum table, it ain't gonna stick on it. You can stick 2 of them magnets, hold it up, pieces of metal together while you start welding. Them are just simple gifts that men would love to have. Most men, DIYers and people that like to piddle like myself, they'd rather have stuff to work with. Yeah, a new pair of overalls, that's nice to get. But all the clothes, that's just something you buy, to me, throughout when you need it or want it. But this is just good gift ideas. Welders. I don't know if y'all can see over here in the corner, there's the old cracker box Lincoln arc welder. Now if I gotta do some welding on some real thick metal, that's when I get it out, but I haven't welded with that thing since I bought this. And I've had this 3 years now. But the Lincoln welder, if your husband's got just a rod stick welder, slip out there and see what kind of rods he got there. And if he ain't got a whole bunch of rods, welding rods, good gift, Christmas gift. That there is just a little bit on the welding. So let's see what we can come up with next. Well, guys, before we move on from the welding, I forgot something. Here's some imported tools, cheap gifts. Back to the grinder. If your husband's got a 4-inch grinder, 6-inch grinder, if you ain't got a 4-inch grinder, buy him a 4-inch grinder. But you always need them. These are these little cutting discs, the little thin ones. Then you got your wire wheels to buff with. Then you got your grinding discs, that's the thicker ones. Then you got these little discs, I don't know what they call these things, but they got like sandpaper on them. These here. Person can't have enough of these. If you really weld much, you use the crap out of them. Them are good cheap gifts. Now we're gonna move on to chainsaws. If your husband ain't got no chainsaw, again, some of you ladies may want to use a chainsaw, especially some of these lighter weight ones right here. But if you're just an average homeowner, and I ain't talking about somebody going out there cutting wood for making a living out of it, or burn 10 ricks of wood a year, there's cheaper chainsaws on the market. But it don't matter what brand you use, but a good gas chainsaw. Here's a 20-inch, but what? This one here, guys, come from Amazon, and it's a dang good chainsaw. I got a review on this chainsaw. If you want to go back and watch it, a review video. It come with a 18-inch bar and chain also. But a chainsaw. You can pick chainsaw up at Walmart, Lowe's. Just a cheap gas chainsaw. If your loved one don't have a chainsaw at all, you can get an electric chainsaw. This one here has cut a lot of wood limbs. Then you got your little battery operated chainsaw. I got a review video coming up on this one right here. This here's a 20 volt. This here is handy even for you ladies. You just grab it, go out there and cut your tree limbs, your bushes and stuff. I got one more, hold on. Now this one right here is really handy for you, especially you ladies. This is a little 4-inch, 24 volt. And let me tell you, I got a video showing this, we doing a review on it. How many limbs and stuff I cut on one battery, one charge on the battery. But this here do all your tree limbing that you can reach without getting on a ladder and stuff, or even you had to step on a ladder with this little light thing. But guys, I was cutting limbs up close to 3 inches in diameter with that. It'll zip right through them. But these are good gift ideas, guys. Great gift ideas. I gotta stick to it. All I'm trying to do with this video is give y'all gift ideas. I ain't trying to sell you on a certain one or do a review on nothing. I done reviews on this stuff. I'm just trying to give you gift ideas. Maybe if your husband's already got, or your loved one, I gotta quit saying husbands. Maybe if they already got a battery operated saw, Again, great gift, an extra battery. It's nice to have 2 batteries for everything. That way you can have them both charged. You go out there to do something, go on 2 of them out there in case one runs down. But here is a little, I just got this about 2 weeks ago maybe. And I ain't done a review on it. That's something I'm going to do a video on. I've always sharpened my own chainsaws with just a hand file. Well guys, when I went to Harbor Freight, and I'm going to go on and say I ain't big on their Chicago Electric brand stuff, but now they got good tools in there and their other brand stuff is really good. But this here's a Chicago Electric chainsaw sharpener. Yes, it's light duty and it's made of plastic. But I'm going to tell you something. This here was, I think, $30. I come home and I took these chains, not off this saw, but chains off of this. I got an electric pole saw. Speaking of that, that's something else you can get. Where's that? I don't see it, but a pole saw. A pole saw is something very handy. If your husband ain't got a pole saw or your loved one, a pole saw. You can get gas operated, you can get electric one. I got electric because I got a little generator I just put in my back of my side-by-side or on my little trailer and pull it around when I need to cut stuff with my pole saw. I don't use it often enough to worry about keeping it running, and I don't like having too many gas engines trying to keep running. But back to the chainsaw sharpener. This is a jam up little Christmas gift, guys. I come in here and I had 6 chainsaw chains because I was bad about when one of my chainsaws got so dull it wasn't cut, and I done sharpened on them with a file that I got tired of sharpening them on them. I'd just go to town and local place up here makes chains, so I just get him make me a new chain. Well, I had 6 chains. Then I took this one off this one off this one, and the one off my little 10-inch electric pole saw. But like I said, it ain't in here. I don't know where it's at. I'll set this little jig right here up, and it works like a miter box. You put your chain on there, and you just roll your chain, roll your chain, turn your miter box back the other way, whatever degrees you chain that you're sharpening, roll it. I sharpened all of them chains, and just to make sure this thing wasn't a gimmick, I put the chain back on one, and I went out there and I went to cutting with it, which I've cut a lot of wood since in the last 3 weeks with them. But I'm gonna tell you, that's a jam up little tool. If your husband's got chainsaws, that's a great Christmas gift. So let's move on from the chainsaws. I keep looking around for my electric pole saw. I don't know what I did with it. The electric pole saw, here's the pole. It's basically, it's a works brand. It's a 10-inch one of these. You can take it off and you can use it as a mini electric chainsaw like this, or you can put it on the end of the pole, but it's smaller than this. It ain't that heavy, because of course it ain't got the battery and all on it. But that's been a good little saw. Alright, let's move on, see what else gifts we can come up with. Alright, so up next we got leaf blowers. You can get gas operated. I got this one because I mow a few yards and I have to blow a few leaves. Now this is what you want if you do something like that, or bigger. You can get them way bigger. But that's plenty big enough for me. For years and years, just for my own home here, all I had was just an electric one. I think this, I've had one, it's still around somewhere, the other one. But I bought this one when I was off working, so I could get on top of my RV and blow the leaves off. I was in an RV park, had trees, so I bought this one, so that's why I ended up with 2 electric ones. But electric one, they work very well. And then you got battery powered ones. Now guys, the battery powered ones, until you get up into your bigger ones, these little ones here, actually when I purchased this one, I didn't buy this to blow leaves. I was working out in West Texas, and it was so dusty out there where we was working. I bought this. every day I take the air filter out of my truck and blow the dust out of my air filters. The reason I bought this. Now this is a 20-volt lithium battery. Same battery that works in this drill that I got. So a lot of times when you're buying battery operated tools, again, try to see what kind of tools your loved one already has and buy that same brand. That way you always got batteries that you can swap with each other. Not just the same brand, you got to make sure it's the same volt battery. But again, they make these battery operated ones and they make bigger ones nowadays. It works way better. But like I said, I didn't buy this one for a leaf blower, but it does work in the shop here. I can open the door, blow trash and stuff right on out the door in it. So it works good for that. But a leaf blower, nice to have. Look in the shed. While you're out there, just be nosying around, looking around, see what he got. If he's your loved one and you know much about him, you'll know kind of a little bit what he's got. If he ain't got one, then that's a good gift. That's a good Christmas gift. Now, if you really want to spend your money on your loved one, you can get him what I need. I need a bigger shop to put all this stuff in. My shop's full and jammed up. While I'm standing right here, here's something else. A good battery charger. I got two. You ain't got no battery chargers? You can get them in all brands. You can buy them at Walmart, parts houses. A good battery charger is something good to have. If you get up and your car won't crank, you ain't got nobody to boost you off, you can get a battery charger, but it's according to how much you want to spend on one. You can buy one that's got the boost mode on it. I think this one got a boost mode. Yeah, this here's got the boost mode. You can hook it up and put it on 50 amps, and it don't take it just a few minutes to put enough power in your battery to crank it. But you can get them way bigger than that. You can get them where you can actually hook them up and crank it right up. But I ain't never been in that big a hurry. If I was late for work, I'd just be late for work. My battery was dead. But a battery charger. Great ideas if your little one ain't got one. Let's see, what else can we move on to? Weed eater. Y'all know what a weed eater looks like, so I ain't gonna get that down. You can get gas powered, electric powered, battery operated. Again, if you're gonna buy a battery operated and you got loved ones already got a set of battery operated tools like I do, 9 times out of 10 that same brand makes that weed eater. It comes in that same deal. I know my nephew, he got Makita. He got Makita everything. He got a Makita push lawnmower. They all take the same size batteries. Weed eater, all the hand tools. So whatever brand you want to start with, do a little research, pick a good brand. If you're starting from fresh and ain't got any at all, but if you already got some and you like what you got, stick with it and buy all your pieces the same. That way your batteries interswap and you always got plenty of batteries. Alright, let's move on to something else. Let's go to small tools. Good pair of loppers. Every now and then, especially if you're a gardener, I use these to cut okra down, cut limbs off trees. Good pair of loppers. Good thing for a homeowner to have. Now, one of the best things, I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot go wrong if your loved one uses a drill for any amount of purpose, for any amount of time. You cannot go wrong by buying him a new set of drill bits. Because drill bits nowadays, they break so easy, I guarantee you, I'm almost positive he could use a pair of drill bits, a set of drill bits right now. You cannot go wrong buying a good set of drill bits. These come from Harbor Freight. Just as good as any drill bits I ever bought. Like I said, all of them nowadays snap. They just break too easy. Get them in a little bit of bind, they break. I've tried the D-Walk. They done the same thing. And these here seem like I've been using these here lately, and they've been seem like they just as good as the D-bolts I bought. Simple hand tools, a set of new screwdrivers. Anybody that's a DIYer, they like me, they'll use their screwdriver and they'll be hitting on it with a hammer and using it as a pry bar, and then broke the ends off of them and chipped the ends. New set of screwdrivers. You can buy sets, small sets, big sets, got all different sizes. You can even buy them one piece at a time. So if you want to buy your husband just a stocking gift, hey, a $2 screwdriver, stick in his stocking. Good pair of channel pliers. I mean, just little gifts. Little gift ideas. Tools. Big gift ideas, you can buy a whole set of ratchets, sockets, and wrench set. This here come from AutoZone, Duralast brand. Duralast brand. How do I say that? Duralast. Duralast. I've had these for a while. I bought these once when I was off working, 'cause I already got tools here in my toolbox, but I was off working and didn't have no tools with me, so I bought this, and now I grabbed this because they organized, and I can look right here and get which one I want. But these come from AutoZone. But hey, you ain't got to get AutoZone. Even them ratchets and tools they sell at Pittsburgh brand at Chicago, Harbor Freight, and them Stanley tools or Walmart, them's good tools. Now, yeah, there are cheap tools out there you don't want to stay away with, but set of tools. Sets of wrenches. You buy a set. Ladies, if you ain't familiar with wrenches, you're going to have metric and you're going to have English. You get a set of tools. You get him a set of metric. You get him a set of English. Just cheap little gifts. That's good. Here's some good stocking stuff for gifts. Allen wrenches. These little sets. Again, metric, English. These are common Allen wrenches, and then you got the little star-shaped one. A lot of times I think these was, when I purchased these, they was 3 in a pack, just like that. Great stocking stuff. To go right along with drill bits, you can purchase these little tool kits that's got different bits in it. All different types of bits. Tips. Just about every thing you can try to work on nowadays, especially if you're a DIY or do-it-yourselfer like myself, they all got funny head screws on them. So a set of them. Good. Well, I mean, I don't know what you want to call cheap. You can get these on up to big sets to spend $50 on. These here I think was like $20. A wet and dry shop vac, guys. This here is very handy. This here is a 20-gallon one. I got one smaller than this I keep in my RV because I had a water leak one time off working. Of course, I run up Lowe's and I just got the smaller one to suck the water up out on the floor. This here's a 20-gallon one, and then I got a 40-gallon one. You can buy different sizes. But if you don't have one of these, or your loved one don't have one, these are great to have around in the shop. You can suck dust up with them, you can suck water out with them, you can clean out your automobile, do all kinds of stuff. I have used this to unclog my sink. Sink get clogged up. Sometimes you can stick this down there, and if you can get a good seal around it, it'll suck backwards and suck out your P-trap. There's all kind of little things you can do with a good shop vac. So that's another great idea. Again, I ain't trying to say you don't know certain brands. This one right here just come from Wally World. Had it for years. Ain't never had no issues with it. A lot of stuff, guys, that name brand kind of means something, but a lot of stuff nowadays, the name brand don't mean nothing because it's all made in the same place, and they ship it over here and they assemble it here and call it American made, and then try to sell it for so much more. So I ain't all about the big name brand stuff no more. I really ain't never been. Couple more small things a man can't have too many of, especially if he has a trailer and lawnmowers, maybe side-by-side four-wheelers, ratchet straps. Ratchet straps is always a good little gift. Caulking gun. You can see this is new. Why? Because I had 2 or 3 of them around here, and caulking guns is one of them things that they quit working on you, or they get you in a bind and they done got so old they won't work. I don't know, $4 or $5 caulking gun. Guys, this is great gifts. This is stuff men like, real men like to have their tools and stuff to work with. If they had DIY and like doing stuff and working outside and doing their own projects and stuff. A lot of ladies don't think about stuff like this. They say, well, I can't think of nothing to get my husband. I don't know what to get him. Don't know what to get him. Well, if he's a guy outside that likes to do stuff, there's a bunch of things you can get him. Like I said, just as simple as that right there. Even if he's got one, it don't hurt to have 2. It's better to have 2 caulking guns than a closet full of clothes that don't never get wore. Y'all see my videos, and I know y'all say he's dressed so just in his old overalls and shirts. Yeah, I do. You know why I do? Because I get up every morning, and the first thing I'm doing, I'm working getting nasty and stuff. But there ain't no sense in putting on clean clothes and running them when I know I'm going to get dirty and nasty. I got a closet full of clothes, so of course I'd rather just have a new hatchet for Christmas. If you ain't got a hatchet, this is a great Christmas gift. This one right here come from Academy Sports, East Wing. I don't think that was like $30 back when I bought it. That sucker, I sharpened it a little better myself. A lot of these tools like this, you gotta get your file out. File, see there? There's a Christmas idea right there. If you got stuff that needs sharpening, you need a file or some of them blades that I was showing you for that grinder. You can sharpen stuff. You can see here, another idea. Axe. You can see these all look brand new. You know why? Because it is. I went to Harbor Freight, and all my tools is so old. Handles is all broke and stuff. Well, you can buy a whole axe just as cheap as I can buy a handle and replace. These are fiberglass handles. Now this ain't, if you was gonna be cutting wood every day, a wood handle one feels better on your hands, but for the occasional user like myself, good axe. My old wood splitter. Sledgehammer. Them are all good Christmas gifts. Good Christmas gifts. Guys, if I give y'all enough ideas yet, because I can keep going. I mean, we can keep on going. Matter of fact, right here behind me, air compressor. I don't know if y'all can see it. If you don't own an air compressor, you can buy an air compressor from little bitty ones to big ones. I got this one right here. This is just an 8-gallon one. It does everything I need to do. But I will tell you, if you're going to use an air compressor a lot, get the oil. Don't buy the oilless ones. The little ones is oilless ones. They alright to occasionally air a tire up. But if you're using that air compressor a lot, like on a hand grinder or a hand sander or painting with, or if you're using it a lot, like I got a plasma cutter and it has to run off of a air compressor. But them oilless ones, I had a big tall one in here. It didn't last no time. I bought that little Husky right there. But it still uses oil. It's an oil one. And that thing has been going. But an air compressor. If your husband's got an air compressor in his shop, little simple stocking stuffers, little deal goes on. This is to blow air when you're blowing out dust and stuff. If he got an air compressor, he knows what it is. Go to the air compressor section. Ends that airs up your tires with. Simple thing as an air gauge to check the air in your automobile tires. That's all good Christmas gifts, guys. Good Christmas gifts. Like I said, now if he's like me and already has all this stuff, sometimes it don't hurt drill bits. Never can have too many drill bits because they all gonna break. Drill bits, screwdrivers, that's two things that I go through. Drill bits is the most thing that I go through the most. But what I could really use right now is a bigger shed. I don't think Santa Claus is gonna bring me that. Materials cost too much right now. Your loved one already has weed eater. See what kind of weed eater string it takes. Cheap little Christmas gift. Weed eater string. Now ladies, I don't know if y'all need to be trying to do this because y'all might get the wrong one. But lawnmower blades. 9 times out of 10 a person needs new lawnmower blades. But that one might be a little harder for you to get unless you know exactly what your lawnmower is and got a dependable place that you can go ask the people to give you the blade for it. Another great stocking stuffer. Zip ties. Your loved one's a DIY, fiddler, whatever you want to call him, does all of his own work. Zip ties. Go throw them like butter around here. Coping saw. If you do any kind of good woodwork, need a coping saw. You probably got the coping saw, but you can always buy a pack of blades. With a hacksaw. You may have a hacksaw, you don't just need a bunch of hacksaws, but the blades. Blades wear out quick. Don't never hurt to have a pack of blades laying around. Jigsaw blades. I ain't got a pack hanging here. But if you got a jigsaw, look at what jigsaw it is and what brand it is and pack of jigsaw blades, because jigsaw blades break easy. They bend easy. That's just good cheap gifts. Good cheap gifts. Your loved ones into fishing. You just want something cheap for stocking stuffers. Spinner baits, crankbaits. These are all stuck together in here. And guys, it don't matter if your loved one has this exact bait. If you accidentally get him one that he's got, it don't matter, because when you fish a lot, you're gonna lose these. Or, if it's a good bait, you want 2 of them in case you do lose one of them. So them are good, cheap Christmas gifts. Now, if you want to move on to into buying a better gift, now when it comes to fishing and hunting stuff, I don't like to suggest buying your man a new reel or a new rod unless you know exactly which one he wants. That's the same thing with hunting. You don't need to buy your spouse or loved one no new gun unless you already overheard him or talked to a friend that he hunts with and find out exactly which one he wants. Because when it comes to stuff like that, you'll buy it and it'll be something he really don't like and it won't get used. So if you're going to buy your spouse a new gun to hunt with or a new riding reel, because riding reels, they done got to where they cost. A good reel's about as, especially if you're a real bass fisherman, you can spend as much on a reel as you do a rifle. But that's something, if you're going to buy him one of them, you need to make sure you know exactly which one he likes. And about the best way to do that is if he's got a good fishing buddy. And then it won't be a surprise because his fishing buddy's gonna go tell him that you done asked. That's how that works. But anyway, it's the thought that counts. here's one that's good for the sportsmen out there that likes to shoot and hunt and stuff. If they ain't got a good rest to shoot on to sight their guns in on, a good shooting rest like this makes an awesome gift. Now, a lot of this stuff, I know here it is close to Christmas, you ain't got time to watch for them sales, but if you get online and look for them sales, I got this back in well, not this year, but when I bought it in the summer, and guys, I got this thing for half price, just by the time of the year I got it. And it's adjustable. Well, like I said, I ain't going into product reviews here. I'm just kind of give ideas for Christmas gifts. But this here is awesome if you, man, there I go again, your loved one likes to shoot, hunt, and stuff like that, and if they ain't got a good rest to sight their guns in off of, that right there will make a good one. But guys, I think this video has been on long enough. Surely out of everything I've showed you, if your guy, there I go again, if your loved one is an outdoors person, a do-it-yourselfer, likes to work and piddle, fish or hunt, I think I'll give you something there that you ought to be able to get him that he ain't got or he'd be happy with. But anyway, guys, I hope this was helpful to some of you. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and share my videos on your social media. Sharing that video on your social media is really what helps me grow my channel the best. I appreciate y'all watching. Hope y'all have a blessed day and a Merry, Merry Christmas. God bless. See y'all next time.